What's good? What's going on? Peace. What up? What up, family? What's good? What's good? This your boy Elevated Ace, and I'm here to pass down the knowledge of the information that I resonate with to help those that seek spiritual enlightenment. Let's go. All right. This video here is going to be based upon the aspects, all right? So this is touching on the astrology series, okay? This is the aspects of the planets. Aspects is another word of alignments, okay? It's the way the planets align that give off a different energy signature according to how they align each other, okay? So these are planetary alignments, which are called aspects in astrology. It's how the planets, when they align, they redirect energy. So the influences that the planets give off when they align each other in a certain kind of angle, okay? Whatever angles that they're aligning each other at. So just picture that you're being on Earth, right? Being in the middle of the zodiac wheel, which is in the middle of the 360-degree wheel. Just say you have Venus a little bit to the left in Sagittarius, and you got, you know what I'm saying, your moon is over here in Capricorn, you know what I'm saying? That's that angle that's giving off, you know, is an aspect. So that gives you get a certain kind of energy just off of the influences by the way the two planets are angled at, because the planets that where they're at angling each other, they influence each other. So the two energies that those planets make when they come close and they influence each other, those two influences make another influence, and that influence that those two planets create with each other by basically communicating with each other gives that energy off to you. So you receive that energy from basically how the planets are angling. Now, the first angle I want to touch on is trines, okay? Trines is 120 degrees, right? That's a triangle. So the trines deal with your gifts, okay? It creates harmonious energies, okay? Harmonious transitions, right? Natural trines are your natural gifts. What's naturally, what you are born with naturally, okay? So these are gifts that you're naturally born with that you probably carried over from your last lifetime. You know what I'm saying? I should have raised the phone up a little bit higher because I look like I'm asleep. But believe me, I'm not high or nothing like that. My eyes just look like that because I'm looking down to the phone. All right? So, yeah, so your trines are your gifts, your natural gifts, okay? When you have planets that are trining each other, you have access to energy in a harmonious type of way, but just don't overdo it because it's a good and a bad, you know what I'm saying, to everything. Everything has a positive and a negative to it. So you can overindulge yourself or be too demanding or too much into your energy to where you're looking like you just overpowering and you're doing too much and people look at you in a certain kind of way, you know. Or also don't, you know, underdo yourself as far as, you know, don't get taken advantage of by not tapping into your natural gifts, okay? Your natural gifts are something that people are normally, they normally have these gifts, right? You normally have these gifts, so you're not so used to bringing them out. So sometimes you can sit on these gifts, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't have to work for it. Something that you don't have to work for, you become lazy with it. So you're not so quick to, you know what I'm saying, show your gifts because you know you have them. So it's natural to you to even have those gifts. So that's why somebody with a square in their chart maybe will be able to do it a little bit better as far as they have to work at their gifts, something that's not natural for them. So when they do express it, they know, you know, the full solid of the, energy that they're tapping into. For some fact, they had to work at it. So it means a little bit more to them. Next next aspect is going to be your conjunction. Conjunctions play out through all the alignments, okay? So a conjunction is at 0 degrees, basically. So your conjunction is pure power, you know? It's full access to these energies. So your conjunctions, you play out the conjunction as far as a planet that's aligning each other with a conjunction. You are that energy, right? So your moon, if you're conjuncting Mars, then how you respond and react to certain things is in a Mars type of way, which is passion, desire, willpower, but you actually are that. So you don't have to try. You just are, you know what I'm saying? So when you got a conjunction, you know, also you got to watch out for being too power and controlling with that conjunction, you know what I'm saying? Or don't also get taken advantage of as well. So that's your conjunction. The conjunction play out through all of the aspects. So conjunctions can play out through opposites, sextiles, trines, squares, okay? That's your conjunction. Your opposition, right, is your opposite sign. It's the opposite energy of you. If you're a Leo, your opposite sign will be Aquarius, okay? So when you have two opposing ideas, you know what I'm saying? They attract, opposites do attract, yes, positive and negative. That brings, an attraction. But it's frictional for the simple fact that when you have two opposing ideas, it's hard to come up with a solution. You understand? It's hard to come up with a one idea, and you're probably sitting there going back and forth with each other about something that's, yeah, you're pretty much talking about the same thing, but how you're getting there is in two different kind of ways, and that can cause opposition, which can cause some sort of a friction. All right, so that's your opposition, your opposing sign. Sextiles create opportunities. Okay, sextiles, and also your opposition is 180 degrees, right? That's 180 degrees from you. Your sextile creates opportunities. Your sextiles is at 60 degrees. They angle themselves. A planet that's sextile and another planet angles itself at 60 degrees. So a sextile is always two signs ahead, right? Sextiles basically they flow. This is an ease. This is a it creates an opportunity. So when you have a planet that's sextile and another planet, those influences that they carry out amongst each other, they open up doors and opportunities for you to be able to take advantage of that opportunity. But if you're not in a place spiritually, and if you're not being in a certain place to where you can see these opportunities that present themselves to you, then you can miss out on those opportunities. So don't get lost. Don't lose out on your opportunities as they present themselves by putting your spirit into a certain type of idea or a certain type of influence. Okay. Squares are your learning processes. Squares are 90 degrees. The planets angle themselves as a square, angle themselves at a 90 degree angle. Squares are your learning processes. You know what I'm saying? So squares are basically they cause frictions, conflict, power struggles, tension. You know what I'm saying? It's uncomfortable. Your squares your power struggles. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to struggle when you have a square in a certain sign. But with struggles come wisdom and knowledge. You understand? So, yeah, you might have to struggle over a couple of obstacles to get there. But when you get there, you learned a whole lot. You broaden your horizons. You know what I'm saying? But so squares could be looked at as a good and a bad thing, But your squares are necessarily in the fourth, fifth, sixth dimension. Your squares are looked at as good. Okay. Trines in the fourth, fifth, sixth dimension, which are good here in this dimension, are looked at as negative in the fourth, fifth, sixth dimension. Okay. Inconjunctions is your next angle. Inconjunction angles himself at 150 degrees. Okay. Inconjunctions are your misunderstandings. So you might be a type of person that is into one thing, right? And then somebody looks at you and they get it all twisted. They look at it as if your your meanings and reasonings about what you're doing, it kind of throws them off. They don't understand why you might be doing something. So in conjunctions is like misunderstanding. So when a planet is angling themselves to where they in conjunct themselves, and there's going to be a misunderstanding in there somewhere. Somebody's not going to really understand the scope of what you got going on, but you understand what you're doing. But they look at it from how they perceive it. You know what I'm saying? They have a misunderstanding on all of that. Okay. And that's pretty much a breakdown on just the basic, aspects. I'm going to hit y'all with another video later on tonight. All right. So stay tuned for that. I'm out. Peace.